You feel that subtle unease, don't you? That persistent yearning for depth in a world demanding constant performance. You've often felt like an enigma, labeled shy or reserved, when your vibrant inner world simply operates on a far richer frequency. What if this profound way of experiencing the world isn't a flaw, but a powerful, ancient design Carl Jung championed as a unique strength? What if the qualities that make you feel out of step are keys to extraordinary insight, boundless creativity, and unparalleled connection? This isn't just about understanding a personality type. It's about unlocking a forgotten power within you. If this exploration sparks a hunger for deeper self-understanding, I urge you to journey further. Click the link in the pinned comment below this video. There, you'll uncover exclusive resources and meticulously crafted exercises designed to help you not only comprehend these complex principles of introversion, intuition, and radical self-acceptance, but to actively integrate them into your daily life. Imagine having tangible strategies to navigate your unique energy needs with newfound clarity, to harness your innate intuitive abilities with unshakable confidence, and to truly align with your authentic self. These resources are your personal compass, guiding you to a transformation that impacts the very core of your being. This is your moment to move from passive observation to active participation in your own profound self-realization. For far too long, the societal narrative surrounding introversion has been woefully warped, often marginalizing it in a world that exclusively rewards extroverted traits. We've been fed pervasive misconceptions, leading countless intuitive introverts to feel fundamentally misunderstood, as if there's something inherently wrong with their quiet, contemplative nature. You've likely heard the simplistic stereotypes. Introverts are shy, lack social skills, or are antisocial. These labels barely scratch the surface, failing to capture the vast, nuanced inner landscape that defines this unique personality. Carl Jung, however, offered a radically different, empathetic perspective. For Jung, introversion isn't a pathology. It's about the primary direction of one's psychic energy inward, toward a rich, complex, internal world of thoughts and deep feelings. In contrast, an extrovert's energy flows primarily outward. This difference isn't a value judgment. It's simply a precise description of how individuals are wired. For the intuitive introvert, this powerful inward flow of energy is inextricably intertwined with their dominant perceptive function, intuition. Intuition, in Jungian terms, isn't just a vague gut feeling. It's a profound, often unconscious, yet remarkably accurate way of perceiving possibilities, discerning hidden patterns, grasping underlying meanings, and foreseeing implications not evident to concrete senses or linear logic. It's a perception of the deeper currents that flow beneath the surface, the myriad potential futures that unfurl rather than just the stark facts of the present moment. Combining this inward flow with a dominant intuitive function creates a personality type uniquely equipped for profound insight, imaginative thinking, and an innate understanding of complex, abstract concepts. The intuitive introvert is less interested in superficial interactions and more drawn to meaningful, soul-stirring conversations. They are less stimulated and often drained by external chaos and more energized by the quiet architecture of their own thoughts and insights. They don't avoid people because they dislike them. They seek depth and authenticity because their vital energy is best nourished by profound engagement, by exploring invisible possibilities and hidden truths. Their inner world is a universe in itself, constantly expanding. Consider Alex, a brilliant software architect in his early 40s. Alex excels at designing incredibly complex, innovative systems that foresee future technological shifts. He's often strikingly quiet in high-stakes meetings, preferring to listen intently, silently piecing together intricate patterns that elude his more outspoken colleagues. When he speaks, his contributions are invariably concise, remarkably insightful, and often transformative, revealing elegant solutions. His colleagues, mostly extroverted and driven by quick results, often find Alex's contemplative nature puzzling, misinterpreting his silences as disengagement or his preference for solitary work as unapproachability. Yet, when a seemingly insurmountable technical challenge arises, it's invariably Alex who quietly retreats into his rich, internal world. There, he connects disparate ideas, synthesizes abstract concepts into concrete solutions, and emerges unexpectedly with a visionary solution that revolutionizes their approach. He doesn't need constant external validation. His creative process is profoundly internal, driven by an innate intuitive grasp of what could be, filtering out external noise to perceive essential underlying patterns. His aha moments stem from deep internal processing, a quiet, focused immersion in the vast ocean of possibilities. This isn't a social deficiency. It's his fundamental operating system, finely tuned for a specific, higher-order kind of mental work, often profoundly misunderstood in conventional work environments built for rapid, external interaction. He finds large, superficial networking events incredibly draining, but a deep one-on-one conversation about a complex philosophical concept can energize him for days. His greatest innovations are born in the quiet corners of his mind. First key to understanding the intuitive introvert lies in grasping their primary mode of perception, intuition as dominant over sensation. For most people, reality is defined by what can be directly seen, heard, touched, tasted, and smelled: concrete facts, tangible data. For the intuitive introvert, however, their dominant intuitive function filters reality through an entirely different ethereal lens. They don't just perceive, they intuit. They perceive possibilities not yet manifested, discern hidden meanings, grasp future implications, connect seemingly unrelated abstract concepts, and understand underlying patterns not immediately evident to the five senses or linear logic. It's an unconscious, often incredibly rapid, grasping of the essence of things, a profound seeing around corners or reading between the lines of existence, perceiving the unseen potential. This doesn't mean they ignore concrete reality. It means their primary focus is on what could be or what lies beneath the surface. This unique, perceptive style often leads to profound, groundbreaking insights and revolutionary ideas. However, it can also simultaneously make them seem detached, impractical, or out of touch to those more firmly grounded in concrete reality. An intuitive introvert might walk into a bustling room and immediately sense underlying tension or hidden dynamics, even if everyone is smiling. They perceive the energetic field, not just the performance. They might foresee long-term consequences of a seemingly benign decision long before others. Conversely, they may struggle intensely with mundane, repetitive details, finding them tedious and distracting from the larger patterns they are trying to discern. This powerful internal focus on possibilities, on the abstract, and on the future means their attention is often naturally drawn away from the immediate, sense-rich world, leading to moments where they might seem spacey, dreamy, or unaware of their immediate physical surroundings. This isn't negligence. It's simply where their vital psychic energy is naturally directed toward the rich, intricate landscape of abstract connections, future potentials, and symbolic meanings. Their internal life is so vividly textured, so intricately complex, so endlessly stimulating, that the external world can sometimes feel comparatively dull or overwhelming. They are more profoundly attuned to symbols, metaphors, archetypal imagery, and the symbolic language of dreams and myth than to conventional spreadsheets or rigid schedules. This inherent disposition makes them natural visionaries, profound artists, deep philosophers, and true innovators, constantly seeking deeper meaning and pushing the boundaries of what is known. However, this profound difference also contributes significantly to their misunderstanding in a world that often demands concrete explanations and immediate, visible results. Their insights often arrive fully formed, like a sudden flash of lightning, without a clear, logical, step-by-step explanation, which can profoundly frustrate those who require empirical evidence and linear reasoning. They are not merely thinkers, they are seers of the unseen. The second crucial aspect of the intuitive introvert, and perhaps the most significant contributor to their often profound misunderstanding, is their unique and demanding energy dynamic. The profound, non-negotiable need for sustained internal processing and prolonged, restorative periods of solitude. Unlike their extroverted counterparts, who are energized by external interaction, introverts recharge their vital energy through quietude, introspective reflection, and solitude. For the intuitive introvert, this fundamental need for withdrawal is amplified. Their dominant intuitive function is highly demanding, requiring immense psychic energy to perceive, process, and synthesize complex, often abstract, and symbolic information from their unconscious mind. This deep, intricate, internal work cannot be rushed or performed effectively amidst constant external stimulation or social demands. Imagine a highly specialized deep sea. It needs to descend into immense, silent depths, free from turbulent distractions, to perform vital exploration. The intuitive introvert's mind is akin to this submersible. They require prolonged periods of uninterrupted quiet time, of peaceful introspection, to dive deep into their inner oceans, connect with unconscious insights, process observations, and synthesize new understandings that transcend conventional thought. Social interaction, even genuinely enjoyable ones, can be incredibly draining for them, not because they dislike people, but because it requires a constant, conscious, outward projection of energy, vigilant engagement with subtle external cues, and often the suppression of their natural intuitive flow. A large, boisterous party might leave them utterly exhausted due to the sheer volume of sensory input, small talk, and the demand for outward engagement. They might seem to disappear abruptly after a social event, or become uncharacteristically quiet, not out of rudeness, but out of an urgent, almost primal need to retreat, to seek refuge in solitude, and to profoundly recharge their internal batteries. This often leads to significant misinterpretations from extroverts, who may perceive their withdrawal as rejection or aloofness. Extroverts simply cannot comprehend that for the intuitive introvert, solitude is not an escape or a punishment. It is a necessary, vital, and non-negotiable condition for accessing a deeper, richer reality, for nourishing their very soul, for recalibrating their internal compass, and for generating their most profound work and insights. Without this essential quiet time, they risk profound burnout, feeling disconnected from their inner wisdom, easily overwhelmed by external demands, and ultimately losing their vital connection to the wellspring of their powerful intuition. Their best ideas, deepest connections to truth, And moments of profound clarity almost always emerge from this intentional, cherished, and often misunderstood solitude. If this deep dive into the fascinating world of the intuitive introvert is resonating profoundly with you, if it's casting a new illuminating light on your own experiences, or helping you finally understand someone dear to you, please don't keep this liberating insight to yourself. Consider sharing this video widely with anyone who might genuinely benefit from these profound ideas. Perhaps it's a friend overwhelmed by social demands, a family member struggling to articulate their unique thinking, or a talented colleague misunderstood in their workplace. And if you're finding this discussion truly beneficial for your own personal growth, empowering you to courageously embrace your authentic self, then please do not forget to click the link in the pinned comment below. There, you'll discover exclusive, carefully curated resources, practical, actionable exercises, and deeper dives into these intricate psychological concepts. These aren't just theories. They are tangible tools designed to help you apply these insights directly to your own life and achieve the profound personal transformation we're passionately discussing. Your engagement, shares, and support genuinely help us continue to create meaningful content that empowers individuals like you to thrive because of, not despite, their authentic selves. Jung's third, profound insight into the intuitive introvert addresses the inherent challenge of externalizing their incredibly rich, often nonlinear, inner world. Because their primary perceptions are largely intuitive, symbolic, and deeply internal, operating on a wavelength that often bypasses conventional logic. Intuitive introverts can struggle immensely to articulate their profound insights, complex ideas, and visionary understandings in a way that is readily understood by others, particularly by those who operate primarily with sensation, concrete facts, or logical linear thinking. Their insights might arrive as sudden, brilliant flashes of understanding, as a complex, interconnected web of patterns, or as a deep, wordless knowing that feels intrinsically true but resists easy verbal translation. Translating this rich, non-linear, often abstract inner experience into linear, verbal, and socially acceptable communication can be a painstaking, exhausting, and often deeply frustrating process for them. They might frequently feel like they are speaking a foreign language, or that others simply don't get it, leading to a pervasive sense of being perpetually misunderstood, even when their insights are revolutionary. They often spend significant time refining their thoughts internally before sharing them externally. This meticulous internal preparation can make them seem slow to respond in group settings, hesitant to offer opinions spontaneously, or reluctant to jump into conversations. This is not due to a lack of thought or social anxiety. It is a profound commitment to accuracy, to depth, and to expressing their complex inner landscape as precisely and authentically as possible. They might become easily frustrated, even visibly drained, with superficial conversations or small talk, because they crave the opportunity to explore ideas at the same depth and complexity at which they experience them internally. When forced into rapid-fire social banter or trivial discussions, they might noticeably retreat, become quiet, or even physically withdraw, finding it incredibly difficult to engage authentically. This inherent struggle to bridge the vast gap between their incredibly rich inner world and the demands of external communication often contributes to the pervasive perception that they are aloof, distant, or difficult to connect with. Yet, when they find kindred spirits who can meet them at their depth, who understand their language of metaphor, possibility, and nuanced meaning, the connection can be incredibly profound, intensely meaningful and deeply rewarding, fostering a rare form of communion. They seek not just communication, they seek a profound communion, a shared understanding, a meeting of souls that transcends mere words and delves into the unspoken, the intuitive, the deeply felt. Finally, Jung's most crucial and perhaps most liberating understanding of the intuitive introvert revolves around their inherent, non-negotiable sensitivity to authenticity and their profound, often visceral, aversion to superficiality. Because their intuitive function is constantly, unconsciously seeking deeper meaning, underlying patterns, and the true essence of things. The intuitive introvert is incredibly attuned to inauthenticity, to pretense, to social masks, and to superficial interactions. They possess an almost uncanny ability to read people and situations with surprising accuracy, sensing incongruities between what is said, what is shown, and what is truly felt or intended. This makes them highly sensitive to social performances, empty rhetoric, false flattery, and any relationship that lacks genuine depth, honesty, and transparency. They find small talk not just boring, but genuinely draining because it lacks the meaningful, soul-nourishing substance their intuitive function craves. They are drawn powerfully to authenticity, to individuals who are congruent with their inner selves, whose words match their actions, and they are instinctively repelled by those who present a facade or whose intentions feel disingenuous. This profound sensitivity to truth, while an invaluable gift for discernment, can also be a significant source of pain, as they often perceive the hidden agendas, unspoken tensions, or subtle lies that others overlook. They may find themselves easily overwhelmed and emotionally depleted in environments where genuine connection is rare, feeling a profound sense of isolation, even in crowded rooms. If this profound exploration has resonated deeply, illuminated your path, or helped you understand someone significant, I genuinely invite you to tell me in the comments below. What is one pervasive misconception about introverts or intuitive people that you've personally experienced, and how has understanding Carl Jung's perspective genuinely changed your view, your self-perception, or your approach to relationships? Share your stories, your personal insights, your aha experiences, for in the sharing of these unique, vulnerable experiences, we collectively deepen our understanding of this incredible, universal phenomenon, weaving a tapestry of shared insight that strengthens us all. Your experiences are invaluable pieces of a larger, collective puzzle, enriching this conversation beyond measure. And before you navigate away, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a cherished member of our ever-growing, conscious community. Just hit that subscribe button. Your support helps us continue to create more deep, thought-provoking content about psychology, relationships, and the vast inner world that shapes us all, inviting us to live more consciously. Let's continue this incredible journey of discovery together, building a vibrant community of conscious connection and profound understanding, one liberating insight, one transformative concept at a time. Your presence is truly valued.